Welcome to the show. My name is Brock Page, and I do random sports picks for fun. Detroit's at the New York Yankees for a 1 o'clock start today. Vegas opened up the betting in this one with the Yankees as the heavy favorites on the money line at minus 214. Total opened up at 9.5. Since then, the money continues to pour in on the Bronx Bombers. Currently, the Yankees are now laying 225 on the money line, with the total moving upward to 10.5 runs. The Tigers are getting the 1.5 on the run line, and at the moment, 69% of the action's on New York to get it done. This afternoon's probables are Jordan Zimmerman for the Tigers, Tanaka for the Yankees. New York struggled when Tanaka takes the bump, going 10-11 in their games where Masahiro makes the start. Meanwhile, on the other side, Detroit hasn't fared much better, winning just 7 of 20 games when Jordan makes a start on the hill themselves. Speaking of Detroit, however, they did in fact steal a game from me yesterday, beating this Yankees team by just a run. The Tigers have also been on a bit of a hot streak lately, winning 3 of their last 4, with 2 of those wins coming against the league best Houston Astros. But if you think these Tigers are a lock for a lucrative underdog payout tonight, keep in mind that they're winning just 39% of their games on the road this year. Equally as bad, this Tigers team has won just 17 of 42 games as the official road underdog. They're going up against a Yankee team who's winning a solid 63% at home and 62% as the official home favorite. Even better, this Yankee squad is winning an impressive 67% of their games at the current money line odds. Once again, though, the Yankees bettors are not completely in the clear as they're winning just 47% of their matchups where Tanaka makes the start. New York's also more recently, they've lost 2 of their last 3 games. Now, all told, the case for both sides can certainly be made in this one. But before I go ahead and select a winner, let's break down the total real quick. Yankees games are just 1-3 for the overs in their last 4. Meanwhile, on the other side, 2 of the Tigers' last 3 games have gone over the posted total themselves. That said, both teams are collectively averaging just 9 total combined runs in their last 4 games respectively. I think this trend continues this afternoon. With that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and take the under 10.5 runs in this one. And when it comes to selecting a winner, I can't imagine the Yanks drop a series at home to the Tigers. These guys have been excellent at Yankee Stadium this year. Give me the Yankees on the money line for the win. But when it comes to the run line, I got to think the Tigers keep this one close, just like they did yesterday. I'm going to take the Tigers plus 1.5, getting the job done for some run line cash. I'm predicting a final score of 5-4 Yankees. Moving on, my next game I have for you, it is going to be Cincinnati at Pittsburgh for a 7 o'clock start at PNC Park. Once again, I got smoked on this game yesterday as the Pirates refused to beat Cincy this year. Tonight's game opened up with Pittsburgh as the $1.50 favorites and the total at 9.5 runs. Since the betting opened up, the Pirates are now laying 155 on the money line, with the total currently remaining at 9.5 runs. Currently, the Reds are getting the 1.5 on the run line, and at the moment, a massive 77% of the action's on the Pirates to get the job done. Tonight's probables: Robert Stevenson for the Reds, Trevor Williams for the Pirates. Pittsburgh's just 7-8 in their games where Williams makes the start. Meanwhile, on the other side, not much better for the Reds as they are a winless 0-2 where Stevenson makes the start on the bump themselves. And speaking of Cincinnati, they've struggled in many categories this year despite their dominant win over the Pirates last night. This Reds team has won a pitiful 16 of 40 games as the official road underdog. Even worse, the Cincinnati squad is winning a measly 20% in their second game without a day off. The bad news ends there, however, for Cincy bettors, as this Reds team has been absolutely dominant over the Pirates this season. Last night's convincing victory put the Reds at 7-1 in head-to-head matchups over the Pirates. Since he's also facing a Pittsburgh team who's a lackluster 4 games under 500, they've also played down to the level of their competition all year long, winning just 17 of 40 games versus teams under 500. All told, the case for the Reds to get the job done in a big upset can certainly be made. But before I go ahead and select a winner, I'm going to go ahead and break down the total real quick. Cincy games are 4-0 for the overs in their last 4. Meanwhile, on the other side, a little bit different story as 3 of the Pirates' last 4 matchups went under the posted total. In addition to that, both teams' games have collectively averaged just 8 total combined runs in their last 4 games respectively. Although the case for both sides can be made, I think this one stays under the 9.5 this evening. And when it comes to selecting a winner, I gotta imagine the Pirates get the job done for some Moneyline cash. They can't keep losing to the hapless Reds. I think this one stays close, however. I'll take the Reds on the run line. I'm predicting a final score of 5-4 Pirates. All right, folks, I'm going to slide into my third and final game for the show. It's the lightning round, so I got to move. Tampa Bay plus 1.5 at Houston with a total at an even 8 runs. Currently, the Stros are laying $1.95 on the money line. And at the current moment, 82% of the action's on Houston. Pruitt for the Rays, Kuchel for the Stros. I'm ready for some offense tonight at Minute Maid Park. I'm taking the over 8 runs with the Stros getting back on track in convincing fashion. I'm taking Houston 8-5 in a fun one. Well, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.